My name is Arun Kumar and I am the driver. I'm building Driven Auto Care to be a $1 billion auto repair business, and I'm taking you along for the ride with Driven Diary. So if you want to see behind the scenes of taking a business from zero all the way to a 10-figure valuation, please hit subscribe below and let's get to the episode. Monday afternoon, 3:42 p.m. Last week of March, nearly done with the month, and look at all this traffic. These are all cars on the road experiencing wear and tear. So, what do I think about that? I think it's great. I think that cars experiencing wear and tear is good for business. I think that people getting around doing stuff is good for morale. It's good for the human experience. The part that bothers me is the fact that my shops are once again very, very empty. And so far this week, I've been getting beat up quite a lot. So I mentioned in the end of the last video, I let go of Mark, the regional manager. He did bring a positive attitude to the business, generally speaking, and maybe I now feel that's lost. Maybe I'm just reeling from the stress of the unknown of having him as an employee and then losing him or letting him go. Then frustrated with the fact that we are empty in the shops, that one of my loaner cars broke on a customer, that my Explorer was supposed to get fixed last week and it didn't. And then it got smogged this week, but then didn't get fully fixed. That just like all different kind of little things happening. The toilet got stopped up in Fremont by something that probably happened 2 years ago. Someone flushed shop rags down the toilet. I don't know what happened there, but it cost $2,600 to fix. So that was ridiculous. So, yeah, man, just a rough bit of day today. So, I am driving down to San Jose right now to drop off an iPad. I got a new axle back on this M3 along with stud conversion and spacers, so the fitment's a little nicer. Sounds a little better in here now. So I have that going for me. And then I'm doing performance reviews. So I've had Claude help write me a performance evaluation framework, which is very good. And then made tweaks, rolled out the framework, and then I'm currently filling out the evaluations for the 4 managers. And we'll be delivering those over the next couple of days. And then on Wednesday, Project Raven, I have a meeting with an attorney about it. So that's what's going on there. That's all for now. All right, 8:40 p.m. Performance review's done, and I find myself getting very distracted by cars, and I think I need to find myself in a position where it makes sense to get distracted by cars for financial gain, because otherwise I'm just wasting my fucking time, and I really didn't need to be here this late, and I'm kind of sick of it for myself, honestly. I'm just staring at my computer screen, fantasizing about cars I could own, and that is not a good use of my time right now. So didn't need to be sleep depriving myself. I did get everything I needed to get done. My list is now officially done. But that was a very long work day. So get up and do it again tomorrow. Try to be more focused. Be on the road more face-to-face interaction with people. As in my new role as the regional, now called the zone manager. The zone manager role does performance reviews for the managers. So I'm doing that tomorrow and the next day, delivering those and going and checking on all the shops. So that's what's going on. That's all for now. An interesting thing just happened. It is Tuesday afternoon, and Mark just came and got his stuff and returned company property, and he was a little surprised to be let go, and then he was asking for examples of the dishonesty, and I gave him a couple lighter ones, and he wasn't really satisfied with it. And so then I kind of laid into it and was like, okay, how about this? How about this? How about this? We lost our best customer because of you. We have every single manager that reports to you coming around you to me for clarification because they don't like how you're doing things. So yeah, all that kind of stuff. He then proceeded to leave very quickly and quite dejectedly, and I think that was interesting. It almost felt like I kicked a puppy or something. Not ideal. I don't know the right way to do that, but that's all for now. Going to give a little endorsement here, not to the Panamera e-hybrid that is all smashed up on the front of this trailer, but to Dispatch Dudes. They are the dispatcher transport broker that I use for all my transporting needs, and they are excellent. They got this truck here 2 hours after the recipient of the wagon paid. 2 hours. I had to wait 2 weeks for the E36 and my E46 track car to leave because those guys used other shipping brokers. The guy who won the Passat wagon is going to fly up here and drive it back to LA. E46 M3 auction ends on Thursday. F80 M3 auction starts on Thursday. So almost done selling all my cars. That's all for now. Tuesday evening. So the last clip you saw was me saying I kicked a puppy when I gave a performance evaluation to Mark, who I just terminated. I then gave performance evaluations to, I guess it wasn't the last clip because you saw the Passat wagon going on a truck. I then gave performance evaluations to 2 of the managers. And that went really well. I basically got to say, look, you're doing pretty well. Here's some things to work on. And that's because I've hired people who are good. And I get to take credit for all of them. So that feels good. I think we've got a good team right now. I'm really happy with the team that is both here and that is coming in. And we're in good shape. So proud of Driven Auto Care. We're still fighting this stupid website with the Dream Car Accelerator on We Are Driven. So that's still not live. It's just been an absolute fight, man. It's terrible. But yeah, I have a new project worth talking about in secret. So what should I code word this one? I think I'm gonna code word this one Turtle. Project Turtle. I made a big decision today, and Project Turtle is what we're gonna call that for when it comes to fruition. But I'm making a big change, so happy about that. That feels like a weight off my shoulders a little bit. So yeah, that's what I got going on with that. That was my day today. Busy one, driving around a lot. I am very close to crossing 1,000 miles driven in this E92 M3 that I bought 28 days ago. So 1,000 miles in 4 weeks, 250 miles a week. I was gone for 4 days, so solid car. This is an awesome car. It's got this new axle back on it, the same axle back I had on my E90. Great car, man. So very happy with this, and time to get off the freeway. That's all for now. 2 things that you're seeing there. One is that it's Wednesday morning, and the other is the subject of this email here. So yeah, that is Project Turtle. I'm a little scared, I guess. Probably will be one of the most dramatic career changes I make in my whole life, but it is Interesting. Like I have been relatively tied to Schwartz Advisors financially for the last 3 years. It has been the huge source of my income during that time. Like, I don't know, 75% of my income over those 3 years, but not in the last 15 months. The last 15 months, Driven Auto Care has been the significant source of my income. And other consulting work with Driven Performance Advisors, not Schwartz Advisors. So, yeah, it's time to leave. I'm not happy there. That's about all I'm going to say. But I need to not be there anymore. And I've got that email drafted, ready to send later today. I'm actually just waiting to get paid for April. I want to get paid for April because I want it to be the final payment that I get from SA. I want to just take this money and then never see it again, or never see money from them again. Yeah. So yeah, like that's it. And it's April 1st. That Project Turtle money's already late. So, oh well. It's been a good run for a little over 4 years working with them, but it is time to move on. And it's 5:45. I've been working since 3:45 since I got here this morning, and now it's time to work out, go back home, second workout, get ready for the day. I got AAA visits. I got to sign paperwork. I'm going to try to transfer the Explorer title into California. I got to go get the E92 tinted, and then I'm going and taking care of a meeting for Project Raven. So that's what's going on this morning. A lot of tension and stress and butterflies in me right now, but E46 M3 auction ends tomorrow. I'm currently the high bidder on an X5, which I probably shouldn't be. I kind of hope this doesn't close with me as the high bidder. It'll close in 6 hours. I bid $8,000 on a 2013 X5 X-Drive 50i with like the famously unreliable twin turbo V8 that was in these early 2010s big engine non-M BMWs, but we'll see. If I win it, it'd kind of be cool to drive around in, and it's in Lathrop. It's like an hour away. Anyways, that's all for now. You might be wondering, Arun, why are you in the F80? Arun, why do you have no gas? You might be wondering those things. Well, let me tell you why I'm in the F80. It is Wednesday afternoon, and I have somehow relapsed way quicker than I thought. I bought 2 cars today. I bought a $500 loaner Nissan Altima, and I bought a $3,800 Sequoia Limited 4x4, very well maintained truck that I believe I can sell for $8,000. So that'll be fun, little project for a month or so. And yeah, I don't know. I'm in the F80 because I'm also getting my E92 tinted today, and it took all day. So I needed a car, so I slapped a dealer plate on this. We're driving this around. But yeah, I did the second 2 sets of performance evaluations today. Those went well. I got to spend more time in the South Bay, which was good. It's always a long trek down there, and then on the way back, you get this shit. Fun traffic. But it'll all work out here. I'll get back in time. I'm going to South Dakota tomorrow. So that's happening. It's a very inconvenient time to be going to South Dakota. But anyways, that's all for now. No better spot than the Denver airport to call Mike from Schwartz Advisors and tell him I don't want to work there anymore. But call done. Email will be sent here soon. That's it. My hands were sweating before I did it, and I felt very relieved afterwards. all for now. What the heck is this, Arun? Ooh, that's a familiar sight. Thursday afternoon, and welcome to Rapid City, South Dakota. And I am here because I am on a crusade, if you haven't noticed, to simplify my life. And one of those simplifications is moving out of South Dakota. Now, what am I moving out of or from? I think if you go back a long ways, like over a year's worth of diaries, you will find when I got this apartment that I am renting in Lead, South Dakota, which is a town of 2,000 people. I am renting an apartment. I got residency in South Dakota. Now, I did that right after paying the biggest tax bill of my life in California and going, this is stupid. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to move. Well, I then proceeded to really reevaluate my priorities. And one of those priorities was the fact that I have a kid and I can't really expect him at his age to be moving back and forth between two geographies. And my wife, who actually doesn't like it here, or not doesn't like it here, but wouldn't live here. I can't expect her to move between two geographies when she doesn't like one of them. And so, what am I doing with this place? Well, I'm really only doing it so that I could register cars easily. And frankly, you will have noticed I sold all the cars that had South Dakota plates on them, and I'm getting California plates on everything. And I did that. I guess I didn't sell the Mercy, but the Mercy's had a dealer plate on it for a while. But it was registered in South Dakota originally. And I'm doing that because I'm sick of looking over my shoulder, man. You know, I am admitting it to the world on YouTube, I guess, that, you know, for a period there, I was doing things that were reducing my sales tax liability to California. I'm not doing it anymore. And so I got to vacate this apartment and pay California. So that is what I'm in the process of doing. My Murcielago is getting fixed so it can pass smog. It now has passed smog. That will pay my sales tax. And I'm doing the same with my Explorer that's registered in Washington. I've sold off every car that's registered out of state. And so I'll be left with just California cars living in California. The other thing that happened is I made an investment in the compound, and that was large. And it means that I have a $50,000 personal storage, car storage, shop, office, gym space 8 miles from my house. And that's very nice. I left my house this morning at 5 a.m. and it is now 2 p.m. Pacific. There were some flight delays, but I am now in Rapid City and it's a 1 hour drive to my apartment. So this ain't exactly convenient for a guy who really values his time. And, you know, I got a lot done today. I sold the 46 M3 for $13,250. So I bought it for 10 and a half. I put easily 10 in actual money into it, and I sold it for $3,000 more. Not even $3,000 more. So not the best investment I've ever made, but you can't win them all. That was my biggest on paper loss on any car I've ever owned for certain. But it went to a Air Force guy in New Mexico, so that's cool. Yeah, I had the conversation with Mike about leaving Schwartz Advisors, 30-minute call, and then sent the email to the full managing partner team. Haven't heard back yet. We'll see what happens there. I am driving a TRD a TRD off-road 4Runner. It's red, as you may be able to see. It's a red car, and it's kind of cool. Let me show you around. It's got CarPlay. It has, you know, a digital dash that's very customizable. It has this chunky gear selector and this chunky four-wheel drive mode and four-wheel drive selector thing. I have one complaint, and I had a Tacoma TRD off-road in a previous trip to South Dakota. So what's my complaint, you might be asking? This knob digs into my leg. This thing digs into my leg. Digs in. It digs in. It digs in, okay? It's really annoying. I don't know why they did that. It's a place where people put their freaking legs. Why'd they do that? It's a cool car otherwise, but man, that thing's annoying. And the last time when I had the Tacoma, the driving position really screwed up my back. And so this feels a little less cramped. Maybe it's like one model year newer and they did something different, or the Tacoma had a slightly different amount of rear leg or front leg room. This feels a bit more spacious, but in general, I don't have a good experience with these. It's a Toyota and they feel numb. I frankly just feel like all Toyotas are kind of numb vehicles. This thing, you put your foot down and nothing happens. We'll see about the Sequoia that I bought yesterday. I bought 2 cars yesterday. I think I mentioned that already, but it's just, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that Sequoia and whether I like it or not. I'll give you my review. But anyways, I'm here. I've got this big SUV so I can move some furniture that I had in this place back out and donate it. And then I brought a checked suitcase with nothing in it so that I can pack the valuables back home. That I have like a $300 desk set up here, like a monitor and a keyboard and a mouse and nice stuff. And get out of this silly clapped out 100-year-old apartment with no hot water. If I was actually living here, I probably would have made it tolerable and nice. But when you're trying to do something on a budget, it makes no sense. It makes no sense to do what I did. And it was miserable. Every night I spent in this place was miserable. It was like type 2 entertaining, like freaking camping kind of fun. Like cold, no hot water, toilet didn't flush. It was a nightmare, man. And so I'm excited to be getting out. And I'm staying in a hotel tonight. And I'm going to get this errand done quickly here. I'm gonna go up to Lead, get my things, fill this 4Runner, and then drive right back down to Rapid City. There's a Goodwill right near the hotel, and then go to the hotel, fall asleep. That's my plan for the day. It's gonna be a good one. I've already gotten a lot done today. I don't have much more to do. And this has been a long clip. So that's what you get when this is your view and driving isn't exactly difficult. So I love it here. I will miss this place for sure. I do like it here. I get to clear my head quite a lot, slow down. But at the end of the day, this is not an appropriate use of my time or money right now and what I'm trying to accomplish in my life, especially if I want to do it legally, which I do. So that's it for now. Got no hands. There's my snowy 4Runner. It's April, but it's still snowing here, I guess. Friday morning, off to the airport. Got a ton of sleep last night. Back to California. Friday afternoon, and we're back. Flew back home after a very short trip to South Dakota, and it's good to be back. And it's a new mindset from me. And it's triggered by leaving Schwartz Advisors 100%, that leaving the other secure source of income that I had for really things that are 100% my responsibility feels very good. I've been in business for myself for 9 years. And I've been solely in business for myself for 8 years without a W-2. But Schwartz Advisors was still 1099, contractual, very recurring work that I basically said I'm done with. And then on the plane ride home, I watched Marty Supreme, which is this very unhinged movie about a table tennis prodigy who is very committed to his mission and sacrificed a lot of things to achieve it, and is very, self-absorbed and self-reliant and all that stuff. And you need that if you want to do this. And so it was kind of like a little bit of grab your balls and get to fucking work kind of a feeling. Which is good. I like that feeling. I like feeling like I'm on my own and forced to fend for myself, because I am very good at fighting for myself these days. So we're going to cap it off for this week's Driven Diary. I appreciate all you guys watching. This really is a good documentation of what it feels like in the moment all the time, building a business, and tons of fear, tons of uncertainty, unknown, risk-taking. But as I'm doing right this second, you just keep putting one foot in front of the other. If my phone didn't lock on me when I was talking, but you just one foot in front of the other and things keep happening. So to that end, we got this car live on Cars and Bids. This sold for 13 grand. I think I talked about that already. This one was just waiting on the title, and I'm gonna sell it to Hamilton. This one is sold, and I don't know what's going on. This dude is taking forever to pay for it to the escrow service, but oh well, we're down to 4 in here. Mercy will be back soon. But yeah, it's a good time in life right now. I feel steeled and ready. Anyways, that's enough talking. Thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed the episode, leave a like so we can show up higher in the YouTube algorithm. If you have any questions or feedback, leave a comment below. And if you're not subscribed, get subscribed so you don't miss next week's Driven Diary. And until next week, I hope you can go out and continue to build your own automotive dreams and stay driven.